Hello, everybody. Today, let's solve this logarithmic equation that says log to the base 3 of, in parentheses, x plus 10 close parentheses, plus log to the base 3 of x plus 2 in parentheses, close parentheses, equals 2. So here, we would like to try to get the x by itself, which at first glance is not exactly obvious, is it? So and that's because one of the problems is because we have two logs right here. And it would be nice to actually combine these two logs somehow in a legal way to get one log. And we can do that with a certain property. So let's see if we can find a property or rule that does that. Well, here we have a quotient rule, but the quotient rule, let's see, we have a minus and division inside. Let's see what we have again. All right, so we have a log plus another log. So we need a rule that has log plus log in it. This says log minus log. So let's see if we can find another thing. And we actually do have one right here called the product rule. So the product rule says if you add two different logs, we can combine that. We can combine those two logs into one log, and the plus becomes a times. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right, so we'll say log to the base 3 of, and we're going to times these things in parentheses together. So this will be x plus 10 in parentheses times x plus 2 in parentheses. And that's equal to 2. All right, now we can convert this one log expression equation into what's known as an exponential equation. To do that, notice that the base here is 3. So I'll write a 3 like this. And then we're going to raise this to the number on the other side, which is a 2. So that's because a log number is really just an exponent. So here we're saying log to the base 3 of something is 2. And so that's just telling us that the exponent is 2. So we'll put the 2 right here. And this is equal to everything inside this log expression. So here we'll write x plus 10 in parentheses times x plus 2 in parentheses. All right, now we know we have here 3 squared, which is 9, equals, and let's go ahead and multiply this out. So we have x times x, which is x squared, plus, and then we'll do this first x times this 2, which gives us 2x, plus, and then we have this 10 times this x, which is 10x, plus, and then finally we'll have this 10 times this 2, which is 20. So now we have 9 equals x squared plus 2x plus 10x plus 20. Let's combine like terms. So we have 2x plus 10x, which is 12x plus 20. And notice here we have a second degree or a quadratic equation. And since we have a quadratic equation, we can apply the quadratic formula. But to do that, we need 0 on one side first. So no problem. We'll subtract 9 from both sides. And that's equal to 0 is equal to x squared plus 12x plus 11. All right. Now, there's a nice quadratic formula calculator online. So let's get that one to help us. All right, there's one at calculator.net. And in calculator.net, there's a lot of different calculators here. We have the amortization calculator, we have the body fat calculator, scientific calculator. age calculator, all kinds of different calculators. But what we need is called a quadratic formula calculator. So let's search for it. And right away, after entering Q, right away I get the quadratic formula calculator. All right, we have to enter in the A, B, and C. So the A is the number in front of the x squared. So if you look in front of the x squared there, there's a 1 there, so A is 1. And B is the number in front of the x. So in this case, we have a 12x, so B is 12. And then C is the term with no variable in it. And so here we have the term with no variable in it, which is 11. So C is 11. All right, and then we'll press calculate. And voila, it gives us the answers, -1 and -11. Okay, so since the x is already by itself, -1 and -11 should be the two answers. But now we have to be really, really careful here because we cannot take the log of a negative number. And so to be sure whether or not these answers really work, we want to check these in order to see whether or not we get a log of a negative number situation. All right, so let's check this right now. We'll write down the original equation, which was log to the base 3 of x plus 10 plus, and that'll be log to the base 3 of x plus 2 equals 2. All right, so first let's check the x equals -1. So by putting that in, I have log to the base 3 of -1 plus 10 plus log to the base 3 of -1 plus 2 equals 2. All right, continuing, we have log to the base 3 of -1 plus 10 is 9 plus log to the base 3 of -1 plus 2 is 1 equals 2. All right, now there's a neat calculator online that does the log with the base in it. All right, and there's also one at calculator.net. So let's go back to that one again. All right, so I need a log calculator this time. And let's check out this one. Okay, so we have log to the base 3 of 9. So we'll put the 9 in the top and the 3 in the bottom. We'll press calculate. And we get 2. So log to the base 3 of 9 is 2. And the neat thing about it is it tells us why it is because since the base is 3, we have the 3 right there. And then the log is just an exponent, which is 2 equals, and 9 is the number in the parentheses there. And so because 3 squared equals 9, we have the result that log to the base 3 of 9 is 2. Okay, plus, now we need log to the base 3 of 1. So let's try that again. This time we'll put in 1 at the top and press calculate. And it looks like the answer is 0. And 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 equals 2. So the -1 checks out. All right. But now let's check out the negative 11. All right, again, we'll write the original equation down again. So log to the base 3 of x plus 10 plus log to the base 3 of x plus 2 equals 2. Now let's put the negative 11 in for the x. So we got negative 11 plus 10 right here, plus log to the base 3 of negative 11 plus 2 in parentheses equals 2. All right, next we have log to the base 3 of negative 11 plus 10 is a negative 1, plus log to the base 3 of negative 9 equals 2. And notice we have a log of a negative number, negative 1 and also negative 9. And so we cannot do those. So here we can say that negative 11 is not a solution. All right. And to verify this, we can go back to the calculator and see what it says about log to the base 3 of negative 1. And it wants us to provide a positive x values, which means it cannot do it. Okay, so we cannot take the log of a negative number, so we're done. So negative 11 does not check out. And so the only answer is the negative 1. All right, and that's how to solve a given log equation.